We can restart this.
Okay, why don't we just
restart
like
this?
fully restart everything?
I gotta
It's
even
probably
remember, what am I calling this little YouTube show? How it went down, not
How it went
it's done.
down.
I almost said how it's made,
How it's
but
made,
that's
yeah.
already something.
How it's made.
Well, what is up? I'm here with Chuckie. I'm here with Maddi.
What's up?
And
Hello.
we worked on 2 sweet EPs together,
Yeah.
right? One titled The Light, and we're going to talk about that. This is How It Went Down. How did it go down here? How did we even get this started? Because there was like a little bit of a time.
Well, you
before-
guys knew each other way before I was in the picture. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've been drum brothers forever.
Drum Bros, yeah.
Bros.
Me and the Greenwood.
Yeah.
The Greenwood.
But how did this album get going here? Because there was a time when I forget who started to reach out. Must have been Chuckie, right?
I think it was-
yeah, I
yeah.
think it was me.
Well, because I had a collection of songs that I really wanted to record. And he was like, "Oh, I have a buddy that lives like the town over. That's really, really great. Like I've known him forever." And I was like, "Why didn't you say that sooner?" And he was like, "Oh, it's my friend Matt." And so we just kind of started talking, and I sent you some of my stuff, and you're like, "Yeah, let's go." And then I think there was a lapse in time because it was like right before we got busy in the summer. Probably we talked like last year in May.
Yep.
And then June through like September, we were basically straight out playing shows like every single day. So
Every single year.
yeah,
Yeah, you
every
guys
single
play a lot of
day.
gigs.
We play almost 300 shows a year for the past couple
Sometimes
years.
300 plus.
Yeah,
Depends.
yeah. I'm psychotic. I'll play like 3 shows in a day just
Yeah.
because.
Yeah.
But yeah. But we finally got around to recording it in January of this year. So
Yeah.
January 2026.
How long had it been since you guys put out your first E EP?
I put out my first EP, Growing Pains, in 2023. So October 2023, I put that out.
Nice.
So it's been 3 years. Oh my gosh. That's a long time.
Many songs were written in between then and the time we recorded The Light. So
Totally.
there's been a good trajectory of continuity and songs and things like that. So
Yeah, because I think like you guys came to me already with songs locked in.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
I am kind of curious, like how many songs do you think you went through, or like was there like a conscious process of like I want to record an album, but I only want it to be like 4 awesome songs, or what were you thinking?
Yeah, I think the thing is with a lot of independent artists, unfortunately, we run into a wall because there's not like this big label throwing tens of thousands of dollars at us to record stuff. So it's kind of, I don't know. I felt like these 4 songs just fit together in a way that I really, really loved. And I guess like financially it was easier to do an EP, to be honest, like as an independent artist who kind of like funds everything herself. But
And you got to manage a band.
yeah, it's everything. It's everything. It's managing a band, managing schedules, rehearsals, booking shows, marketing the shows, doing social media. It's everything. Like if you're an artist, you obviously know that. So it's a lot. And we both do music full time. Like obviously Chuckie owns the shop and the studio, so we're both doing music stuff all the time. And that's kind of like what supports our lifestyle, which is really, really cool to say.
Yeah, I always say to people like you essentially are an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
If you're not thinking that way, you're
Yeah,
way behind because you're just focusing on the product, not
Yeah.
all the things that come with it: sales, marketing,
Exactly.
operations.
yeah, I mean at this point you kind of have to do all of that as an artist. If you're not doing that, then you're really missing a large chunk of what it means to do that in modern day. It's not like it was where someone would come in and offer you this enormous contract, and I mean I guess there are still some cases, but the majority of it, you really just have to fund everything yourself and do a little bit of everything.
And would you want other people calling the shots? That's like what I always think is like,
Yeah.
obviously
Yeah.
it's hard work and it takes a certain kind of person and team to be able to do it, but like you have the power, you set
Yeah.
the road in front of you, so
Yeah.
you can do whatever it is that you want to do.
I like that, and having the freedom to kind of build your own team too. Like I feel like that's what I've been doing over the past couple of years, slowly building a team of people I really love and I really trust. And that's just like it's kind of like a grassroots thing. Just start slow and build out.
Yep.
So
Yeah, absolutely. And there's totally chemistry in the band. I'm sure we'll get to that in a sec. But
Oh yeah.
before we do, obviously there's Maddie Ryan, but we did record it here at Mothership Sound, which
Yeah.
is,
You did.
I don't know if people know about Mothership Sound.
Well, it's fairly new. Now, it's in my shop, and so in the front I
What's
sell.
your shop called?
It's Mother's Music Company, and in the front we sell vintage guitars, drums, boutique things and what have you. And then in the back, we kind of had a vision. In fact, the studio was here first. This is like my childhood home, so I grew up in this studio, practicing and rehearsing with my high school bands and doing all that stuff. So, when it came time to develop this place a little bit more, it was a little easier. We've done everything. We've built everything ourselves. We've not hired out any contractors. We've kept it within the family. So everything is kind of done through our own vision and lens, by our own hands. So
what don't you guys do on your own then? Just like make the food? Like obviously we had a lot of food going on in the sessions. Is that the only thing you guys don't do? It's just
pretty much.
You order food
Cheez-Its.
out. That's the only contractor you have. Is just
about.
Pretty much.
Just
Yeah.
about.
I mean, there's
pizza deliveries.
Yeah, it's basically it. Yeah. And then the next phase of this facility will be a workshop. So we're going to be doing modifications, repairs. We're going to be building stuff. Trying to keep everything all under one roof and have kind of a wonder ball sort of idea in here where you never know what you might find, and whether it's something that we've built or brought in here. So
yeah, that's sweet. And you kind of are offering that already, right?
Yeah, for
you've got some people that work on guitars and
Yeah.
things already.
Yep, I have. I do outsource that when necessary. If I can't do it myself, so that'll eventually be under one roof within the next year or two. So
Very
Yeah.
exciting.
Yeah, that's sweet. And people can come here to record, right?
yep, people can come here
That's
to
new.
record. Yep, we're renting out the space. And yeah, it's been pretty successful so far. The amount of Cheez-Its consumed has been
Cheez-Its and polar
yeah,
seltzers.
Cheez-Its and polar seltzers.
Specifically the, what do they call it? The expedition version, the cranberry raspberry one.
Yeah,
That
those are pretty great.
slaps.
I just went to the dentist the other day, and they're like, "Oh, your teeth are a little bit stained. Do you drink coffee? I'm like, no. Do you drink tea? No. I'm like, what do you do? And I'm like, well, I kind of drink seltzer water, like a crazy person,
Yeah.
like for
Yeah.
a day." And they're like, well, that can't really be it either, but that's not really good for your teeth. I'm like,
Really?
I don't care. There's no
Yeah.
stopping me, man.
I mean,
No
it's
way.
better
That's fair.
better than drinking, Coke or any
Yeah,
soda
true.
of that
Right.
nature. So
Sure. It's spicy water.
So
Yeah.
yeah, as far as history goes with recording sessions, that was pretty tame. Seltzer water and Cheez-Its and pizza.
yeah. We,
I don't think anybody drank alcohol during this recording
it was,
process.
all
There's
the
no
illicit
need.
substances were afterwards.
Well, that's awesome. Thanks for being the guinea pig on this, by the way, on the first episode of How It's Done. Is that what we're calling it? How It's Made?
How it's
What
How
did
It's
I call
Done?
it? How It's Done. Yeah,
What we're
How
doing.
It's Done. This is how we do it.
This is what we're doing and how it's done.
Yeah, I mostly wanted to focus on our album.
yeah.
Yeah.
And like what we made here. Like I didn't really want to talk about the history of your influences, blah, blah, blah. I'm sure people can already figure that out.
Yeah.
You can go listen to the music to figure that out for one, or I'm sure you've done other interviews.
Yeah.
So I kind of just wanted to just throw it on you guys and just, I already know my story of what my favorite part of just making, maybe recording or whatever it was in the collaboration process. Like what was your favorite, maybe Maddie, you could start your favorite part of just making this EP.
Well, I guess my favorite part of just recording in general is usually when I write a song, I have a certain vision in my head or sound in my head about what I think it's going to sound like. And just seeing how it actually materializes in the studio when we put all of our heads together is always one of my favorite parts because it, at least in a slight way up to a very big way, turns in a manner I don't expect, but in like the best way. So I always like to see like how much it differs from the initial thought I have in my head to like the fully produced version. And I think for most of this EP, it kind of went that way. Especially when we were talking about the harmonies and all that stuff.
Yep.
Like I really enjoyed that part. That was one of my favorite. You and I kind of went like back and forth for a couple hours on a bunch of the harmonies. And, like
that was going to be mine too.
Yeah.
Harmony, like when you do this, it's like, you know, you get a demo. We did a little bit of pre-production and stuff. We just kind of generally talked about it. And then you go down and lay the first tracks, which is, you know, usually drums. And I think that's what we did, right? It's a scratch guitar and some drums.
Yep.
Real, drums were not scratch. But it's like, okay, this feels really naked.
Yeah.
And then you just keep on kind of like erasing the fear the farther along you go. And then like there's something about percussion and harmonies that are always like, you know, people say it's like the icing on top, but for me it's like 40% of the music. Like it always like sells the entire record. And like, yeah, just going through the harmonies, that was my favorite bit.
Yeah.
It changed my favorite song on the EP.
That's so interesting. That is so interesting. Like, I know we've talked about this a few times, but I feel like each time I listen through and then I take a break and then I listen again, I have a new favorite now, which is crazy. But I've never I haven't recorded, like, this is my second full project that I've done. I've done a lot of like little recordings by myself in between, but like this is probably some of my favorite stuff I've done and like I've written thus far, and I think it's just a new direction. So I'm very excited for people to hear it. But
Dope.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's, I love recording drums. I think it's, there's something really special about it. There's a science to mic placement. I mean, of course, with anything, but the way that I don't know, there's something when you hear them back and it's dialed in and the snare drum sounds perfect and it just feels good. You know, it's reassuring. It gives you this sense of like, okay, now we have our foundation and it's solid, and everything else we build on that, you know, directly correlates to that. It's like you can't have a good, you know, solid house without a solid foundation, that sort of thing. And percussion too. I mean, you know, the difference, the stark difference that a shaker makes, even if it's just tucked, you know, it's insane.
It's like
what it adds
subliminal,
to the groove.
like mind messaging.
Yeah, it's. I mean, just a little like egg shaker or a little golf ball, you know, whatever it is.
Yeah,
it makes sense and it just ties everything together so nicely, you know. And
was there a favorite like mic about the drum? Like at least I remember we put one in the hallway. Yeah,
I mean so I hadn't done that before here in that way, and I loved that. I mean, it was really nice. It I don't know. There's something about just room sounds that I love. I love a good room sound. You know, that's half the battle, I think. And, or a big portion of it anyway. You know?
Yeah, I come from like a very like Zeppelin based like like I just like the sound of those drums, and that is not the sound of a mic 2 inches away from the snare drum.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It's the combination of so many different things.
Yeah.
Yeah, we wanted it to sound really organic. I think that was the word that we were aiming towards going into it. Like very organic. Like we didn't use a click on this.
Yeah, true. I mean, hey, I totally forgot about that.
Yeah,
like,
this is why I wanted
to do this.
crazy.
Yeah, because I remember that you were saying that the whole time.
Yeah, because we wanted it to be very like 70s inspired, like the band and like that kind of vibe, that kind of lane. So we decided no click, more organic sounds, nothing like electronic in there other than like electric guitar, obviously. But yeah, very, very just like what you see
we
is
did
what
have
you
a
get.
click track.
Yeah, like
It was
to go in. Yeah.
It was Chuckie.
The count offs to go in so everybody wouldn't like train wreck each other.
I
but
forgot about that.
Yeah.
It was nice to it was again reassuring. You know, it's one of those things where, you know, you spend so much time working with the click, you know, or at least I did, you know, with the idea of like, okay, you know, I get called to do a session. I don't want to be the fool that wavers too much or has a, you know, rush or whatever. There's just certain little paranoid idiosyncrasies or something that you think of, but that I think because we've been playing together, live so much for so long at this point.
How long? Like 6 years, 7 years?
6 years. Yeah.
Yeah.
You've done over 1,000 gigs, no doubt.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Over 2,000 gigs.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Probably.
And that, that just gives us, it just gives it a different thing, a different dimension. We're actually a band playing this music rather than, hired guns coming in. Not that there's anything wrong with hired guns, because, session guys are incredible, but there's something to be said about a band that's so comfortable with each other that you're not wavering. You've got that thing, and you're allowing that music to breathe and speak, and
Yeah, just to add to that, like, yeah, that's your unique identifier as a band, And on this record too, like, it's funny you say that, because like when I listen to it, it doesn't feel like, I don't notice, oh, this is obviously without a click or anything, or
Yeah,
it doesn't feel too stiff, it doesn't feel too loose. But hearing you say like that we went for organic, just because this was so long ago now,
Yeah, yeah.
that it's like, yeah, we really did. And when I listen back to it,
We went really organic.
I think
on
we
it.
really hit that on the head. Like, not
Yeah.
to pat ourselves on the back there, but like, yeah,
Yeah.
it really does like read front to back. Those 4 songs, they just they feel like you're at a live show in
Yeah.
the best way.
I love
Right.
that vibe. I don't know. I just have so much trust in my band, just as like players and also people. Like, we're all like best friends.
Who are these people?
So this is Alex Sennett, our guitar player, which was actually Chuckie's best friend from Berkeley. And then our bassist, his name is Paul Goffrin, and he's newer. He's been with us almost
a little
2
over
years?
a little over a year, maybe 2 years at this point.
Almost 2 years,
Almost
like a year
2
and a
years,
half.
yeah.
But like fit right in, just like he's been here the whole time that we've all been playing together.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were
So-
pretty good on the fly too, because we did our round of pre-production. We made some changes together, the 3 of us.
Yeah.
And they came in and pretty much just destroyed it in a day.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're fast.
And that includes like Alex playing many takes to have a stereo guitar sound,
Right.
and a lot of improv.
Yep.
And getting all that lined up, and same thing. I think there was a bridge that maybe changed, harmony wise.
Yeah. We changed. I think it was the light. We changed the bridge a little bit because instead of going down, I hit the high note. So we changed kind of the feel on that, and that really worked out for the best.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's what it is, man.
Yeah. I mean,
You play that many gigs.
yeah. And those guys are they're like Swiss Army knives. They under pressure, under any circumstance, they kind of just have what they need, have their foundations figured out, so that regardless of any situation presented to them, they can get in there and it's organic, it's human, but it's musical and not, they don't overplay. There's no underplaying either, which is a thing. They're not scared to take chances, but they're not so just rigid and to something that they can't waver a little bit and have, a bridge thrown in somewhere or a dynamic change, like, on one of the tunes.
Drive.
Your suggestion.
There's a bigger dynamic change in the chorus that I remember I had to take a few times because I had to get used to it. But I think sonically it worked out.
That part where it gets down a
Yeah,
little bit.
Yeah, at the end of the chorus. But I really like that though. It gives it like a little something that you don't expect, because usually you think the chorus goes out like higher. But
Yeah, and on Gets Me Through too, we had a little bit of a melody idea that I remember vividly that, I was showing that to Alex, and he came up with a variation of it specifically to get into the bridge. You know what I mean? Just that kind of like spontaneity.
yeah.
But then also, improvising with like direction, was really great. Like for both of them, like just when I was comping through takes, it was pretty easy for me to just like find, oh, this is going to work here and this is going to work here, because their intuition.
Yep.
Exactly. They're both really great. Even if you want them to play a specific part, there's been a lot of times, like at least like with Alex more so because he's been with us longer, that we've tried to record things ourselves, and I'll just like sing a part at him and I'll go, okay, blah, 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 like, and it just comes out. And that's crazy to me. I'm not a guitar player like him, but that blows my mind.
Yeah, I mean, he's a musician first and a guitar player second. So his thing, which I think is something that anybody who plays an instrument should strive for.
100%.
Whatever that thing is that you express yourself on, whatever the instrument that is, you express yourself on, you're a musician first. So whatever that is, like, because some of his voicings or some of the way he plays, it's almost more like a pianist or something. It has more of that flow to it. So it's really and he can shred if he wants to. So it's a really nice balance, especially coming from like for me, like as a drummer, I'm always looking for just structure and things that I can play off of and complement as well. And it's hard to do that with somebody who maybe just wants to solo or what have you, or whatever it is.
Or like you said, it's too safe.
Or too safe. Yeah.
I hear that a lot, especially in the studio. You know, when you're producing people, they just start to play too safe, too square, they just don't play how they normally play.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
I actually find that sometimes more than the opposite, which is funny.
Yeah. It's like if you, as soon as a camera turns on or someone hits record or whatever it is, you a lot of people, and I'm sure myself included, a lot of people still, will put themselves in a box and go, okay, I can't do that. I can't play a bluzda going into this, whatever, whatever it is, or chop out in this, ballad or whatever. Mm-hmm. But you also don't want to lean too far the other way and not play enough and not serve the music in that way,
Yeah, that's why the 808 was invented. If you want a drum machine, just use a drum machine.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's dope. I was going to ask, it might already be the click track idea, so we could just move on if that's the case. But was there anything that we did in this record that was maybe something you wouldn't normally do? And I know it's only your second one, so to speak.
I know. I think there's a few little like background parts, especially in the light in the second verse. There's like a little, like it's very tucked, like a little like call response thing that if you're listening to the light, listen for it, because it's like
which
there
one?
and it's gone. Like in the second verse, like I moved in closer as you let go, heard the silence like an echo, and then you put the echo on it. Took a minute, but the meaning sunk in deep, real deep. There, it's like tucked in the back. So listen for it. That was a cool little thing. It's like a little thing, but
Conversational.
I like it. Yeah.
I mean, that's what the lyrics are like anyways.
Exactly.
They're very conversational.
I like writing in a conversational way, like a realistic conversational way. That's kind of some of my favorite stuff. Just like just being real about situations and events and things. And feelings. That's what it's all about, right? You write music to feel.
Yeah.
So.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
I just write music to prompt. Actually, sorry, I had that backwards. I prompt to write music. That's what I No, not really. What about you, Chuckie? Anything different? Even if it's workflow or just like, I'm just kind of curious, just working with someone different.
Yeah, I mean, other than like, the things we've already discussed, the flow was nice about it. It was cool to
do it so fast.
Yeah, I mean, we
How
did.
many days?
It was 4 days.
4 days, yeah.
4 days, yeah.
4 days.
Yeah, and I mean, a lot
That's
of it
crazy.
was a lot of it was just buttoning things up because we got a majority, like a big chunk of it done within those 2 days. And everything else, it came together, smoother than some other things that I've been a part of in the past, just in general, and it's refreshing.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't need to be this elongated, unnecessary thing where you might lose your inspiration for something several weeks later or whatever it is, And so it's lightning in a bottle in a way. It keeps it in that. It's like, okay, we're doing it. Oh man, I love that snare sound, or oh, that guitar tone was nice. Whatever it is, and it keeps you there. And it's 4 days in and out, it's no problem.
Yeah, I'm glad that resonates with you guys because that's kind of how I like to do things. Is that just if you do like the snare sound, then what else is there to talk about?
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Exactly.
Like we could sit here, and there's stories of people who make records like the opposite way. We're just going to spend a day just getting the snare sound.
right.
Is I'd rather not.
Yeah.
I'd rather just get to the music because there's probably more music to make.
Yeah,
Than like agonizing over every single decision.
And I find it really just takes everything that makes the unique identifier about the record out of it.
yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. What about just on that notion that we were like doing it really fast? Like
It didn't seem fast though. Like
Yeah.
it was so weird. We did probably like 12 or 13-hour days for almost pretty much 3 of the 4 days, I think.
Thank you, Seltzer. Thank you,
Yeah,
Cheez-Its.
thank you, but it didn't feel like it because it was just fun. It just felt like a group of friends hanging out the whole time. Like it didn't feel like work, and that's my favorite kind of like experience and like work per se, when it's like you're doing something you love, you're doing something with a purpose, but it doesn't feel like you're there and you have to do this thing like right there, right now. You have to like make this product. Like it just felt so natural and organic. I guess that's the
You're hanging out
word.
with friends. You're making. That's how it
Eating
should be. I mean, that's how it should
crap
be.
ton of Cheez-Its. Wow.
Yeah, Cheez-Its.
Cheez-Its. Wow. Words.
Yeah, and just enjoying the moment, enjoying the process. Everybody seemed to be on the same page with it too, And I think just everybody coming from a professional sort of background in that way, where it's like, okay, we set up, find a good tone, find good sounds, record it next, and just keep it going. And, if we need to add some stuff later or whatever, we'll pick some sounds real quick. You know what you want, you know what you're looking for. There's no questioning. There's things we tried, but it wasn't anything that took a lot of time.
Yeah, what was something that didn't make it in? I'm trying to think.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Something that didn't make it in?
Oh, I know. Oh, I got it. My stomp clap idea.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Oh
right.
man, recording claps.
Yeah.
This
We were all in the hallway.
Yeah, we were in the hallway. I was trying. This is gonna be
Like,
perfect
spread out
in
in
my
the hallway.
mind. It's gonna sound exactly like the Lumineers. It's gonna sound like We Will Rock You. It's gonna
Yeah,
be the
yeah.
Bleachers. Everybody, quit eating pizza. Come on over here. We're gonna do some stomps and claps,
Yeah.
yo.
That was...
And then it sounded like doink doink.
Yep.
It was a really cool idea. I think it just didn't fit in that song.
Yeah,
I feel like there's
it
this...
did not work.
But it was super... It sounded cool. It sounded cool, like, out of context. And then
We did utilize
in
a
the-
couple claps, though, didn't
Yeah,
we?
we did.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's claps in there.
There's claps, just not stomps.
Which,
Did you take the stomps out? And leave the claps?
Stomps are gone. There were claps.
Was it in
gets
Drive?
me through.
Gets me through, yeah.
Gets me through in the
Gets me through.
breakdown.
Oh,
Gets me
yeah.
through.
And
Yeah.
this record's also kind of a change for me because it's mostly upbeat songs with one slower song.
True.
And usually I write a lot of sad songs, so this is a very big change for me to have so many upbeat songs in
Yeah, I
one
think
record.
it's kind of blooms into the next phase of what you've been writing. you know,
Yeah.
which seems like it's more. This is the first iteration of the rest of this stuff coming too.
Yeah,
So
it feels like a new. I don't want to sound cliche when I say this, but it feels like a new era, sort of in my career.
Well, you were saying that. You're saying like this was a little bit of a different sound for
It
you.
is.
What can you describe that? Like what's going on? What is this new era? What is this new phase?
I feel like this new phase is leaning more into like a indie pop, kind of like almost like a Americana thing, like indie pop, kind of going away from like trying to go for a wholly country sound.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just kind of trying to find me in the songs. So not trying to follow a genre or like the like the lines between genres. I was just trying to find me and my voice in the sound. So I think, and that's kind of like the journey I've been on the past couple of years, just trying to find like what do I sound like? Like I know what like this genre sounds like. I know what that genre sounds like, but like what do I sound like, and where do I fit in with my own sound rather than like trying to change my sound for a genre. So that's kind of, I feel like this is like the first part, like Chuckie said, of like finding my sound, and I think this is where it's kind of headed.
Which is always like, you know, a melting pot of a million things. You know,
Exactly.
like you listen to a ton of stuff. I know when I played it for another producer friend of mine, they were saying that there's hints of like old soul in it.
I love that.
Like some kind of like Angel from Montgomery.
I love
some
like
sort of,
Bonnie Raitt sort of thing.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
love that. I love that.
He said even like a hint of gospel in there, and
Interesting.
that
Okay.
probably is because we've got some organ, some keys,
Yeah.
and things going on.
Yeah, I
in
used to
track 3.
sing in choirs growing up too, so that
Oh, wow.
might be some of that. I went to Catholic school, like nursery through high school, so I sang in a lot of like church choirs and stuff. So that's definitely could be part of it for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. But and I like listening to like a lot of older music. Like I do listen to modern music. I do. But like rarely I listen to like the band and like Joni Mitchell and Sheryl Crow and all that kind of stuff. So that's kind of what I've been shaped by.
I think about like some of those old bands, at least when I think about them now, why I still resonate with them. I mean, I resonate with everything, just being like a music producer guy. Like I just kind of like literally everything, but like everybody was so different.
Yeah.
You know, and that's like if I had to just, you know, be old man yelling at the clouds right now, it's just that like I feel like music right now kind of sounds a little bit the same.
Like homogenous. a
Yeah,
little bit,
rap music's been the same for 10 years. Like I miss when I was like 11, like even in the 2010s, like stuff was crazy different.
Yeah.
And there was a big EDM influence, of course, but
Sure.
like, you know, you had music coming from left and right and sideways
Yeah.
and all this stuff.
Yeah,
and like
yeah.
back then, the old music, there was always like that. There was like rarely, you know, you could hear Jimi Hendrix on the radio, and then you could also hear something completely left wing on the radio. You know, so yeah, I kind of hear that in the music too. Like not each song fits together, but there's a connect. You know, track 3 for me particularly
Yeah.
has. I think that's where maybe some of that kind of like old soul comes through the most.
Yeah, okay, all right. you're
Okay,
talking
all
about?
right,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
Well, that's definitely the slow song and like the little bit more of the belty song in that one. And that song actually, like, we wrote it together.
we did,
What,
yeah.
like about a year ago?
About a
and
year
half
ago, yeah.
Yeah, it was just a really special song. I wanted to write a song with like a very powerful chorus in it, and I don't know. Did I write like the first verse or the chorus and then I came to you? Usually I'll write like a little bit and then I'll be
Yeah.
like, hey, listen to this. And then you'll be like, oh, you know, it sounds cool.
For that one, I think you had written you had the initial idea with like maybe a chorus and a verse or something.
Yeah.
And I think I wrote
You definitely helped me.
the second verse and
The second and like the third
verse,
and then
yeah.
the fourth verse that's only on the acoustic.
Yeah, we
track.
should talk about that.
Yeah, we should
We've
talk about
mostly
that.
been focusing on one EP, but we
did too.
did actually record 8 songs. in
Yeah,
4 days.
try us.
I
And
almost
if-
said earlier
Yeah.
4 songs in 4 days, but it was 8.
Eight
Yeah,
songs,
and if
yeah.
you're listening to this, you're the first to know because I haven't talked about that. So
True.
you know the secret.
Can we
now.
talk about it?
Yeah, we can talk
Can we
about
talk
it.
about
Yeah.
Yeah. So only the people who are listening to this will know that
True.
secret for now.
Yeah, so I'm just trying to think about the timeline. We did the studio tracks
In like 3 days.
mostly first, I want to say, right?
Yeah.
In
Yeah.
1 week. And like there were still bits I think we were finishing with background vocals and little additive stuff
Mm-hmm.
and keys and blah, blah, blah. But yeah, I mean, going for organic, there's nothing more organic than literally playing in the same room.
Yeah, live.
And no,
We did all live takes, no overdubs.
no overdubs.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah.
We were all in
Nothing.
one room, like spread out. Paul was in like a sheet tent, and like Chuckie was in one side of the shop.
Yeah. Yeah.
Alex was sitting in his favorite chair, and I was like right in front of the door.
Yeah.
It was really fun. Like, and I love that, and that's kind of what we talked about too. Like, I didn't want it to be overproduced. I wanted it to be organic. I wanted it to sound like a more polished voice note. I guess that's kind of what I told you. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
But I wanted it to be like you're in the room with us. Like I think the the more like full recorded versions, I would say sound like that, but I guess the acoustic versions are what you would hear if we were like unplugged. So it's kind of like you're in the room with us, but in like 2 different rooms in 2 different ways. That makes sense. I don't know.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
I remember trying to get the kick sound on that. It took me a second.
Yeah. Well,
That's the only reason. That's the only time I remember spending time trying to get a sound.
Yeah.
And it's because you were right next, not right next to Maddi, but I remember you were kind of over in that corner.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah, and it's just a wide open bass drum.
Yeah.
There was nothing.
And
inside.
you can't play loud, of course.
Yeah.
Right. Like you
Right.
can't rip it super loud.
Right.
Because this is an acoustic track.
Yeah.
Also, you're in a room full of snare drums and other drums, so if you hit too loud, they're all gonna go shh.
Yeah. Yep.
So, but it's cool. It added like some like ambiance to it a little bit.
Yeah.
I feel like
Yeah.
give it a fuller room sound.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I love that minimalistic kind of approach because I think what is that? We only did 8 tracks total.
Yeah,
I think I mostly played brushes on
The acoustic
the
ones.
whole thing. Yeah, on,
I think
on the
you
whole
did.
acoustic thing. Yeah. So yeah, it was definitely
Penny was also on this record.
Penny was. Yep.
Penny's the studio dog.
She is.
She is.
She's
Shop
going.
dog.
she's the supervisor.
Tell us about Penny.
Well, we got her. She just turned 6.
Oh, baby
Um,
Happy birthday.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like literally like what, a week ago?
April 15th.
Yeah.
Tax
April
day,
15th, tax
Yeah,
day.
She's,
Yeah.
she's a tax baby.
Yeah.
Did you get Penny when you got a return?
No, I actually got her the week after my birthday
Yeah.
in July
Nice.
of 2020.
2020, yeah.
And
She was a COVID dog.
yeah, she came from Aruba. She flew JetBlue first class.
Spoiled.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah.
Always been spoiled,
Spoiled.
from
Oh, yeah.
the beginning.
Oh yeah,
She's an Aruban Kunaku. That's
Yep.
her.
that's her. Yeah,
Kind of looks like a smaller Irish wolfhound. That's what most people
a
say.
micro wolfhound. Yeah.
Yeah. She's very, very sassy. She thinks she's a human.
She loves the drums.
She loves drums. Oh yeah. Sometimes she won't eat unless Chuckie's playing like a rock beat or like a metal beat.
Yeah, see?
If she like hasn't eaten all day and he's like, Penny, you gotta eat, he'll sit down at the drums, put her food right in front, he'll start playing and she'll devour it.
Yep.
It's the most wild thing.
She'll grab her squeaky toy and she'll squeak it in time. You know, I have a
Yeah,
few
she is.
recordings of her doing that in time.
Nice. A little clave action.
Yeah, a little
So your
clave.
ears are going back. She knows we're talking about her.
Yeah.
You're a special
things.
pup. You're a good girl. And she loves being in videos.
Yeah.
So anytime we go to record something, she has to be in frame. She's a star. Humpy.
Yep.
You good
That's
girl?
too good.
You good girl. Well, even like the first week you got her, I think we had a gig like the next day and you brought her because it was outside. And she sat behind his drums and slept the whole gig.
She slept right next to my hi-hat stand.
She was not
the
used to
whole time.
drums. Like second day we had her.
That's how you
And
know.
She's always been a drum dog.
That's amazing.
Oh yeah, she's a good girl, Humpy.
She vehemently wants to come up here on the couch.
Yeah, come on,
Right,
up.
right where I'm sitting.
Yeah, we'll tell her to go up over there. Up, pee, up.
She won't do it. She wants
she's
where
not-
Yeah,
wants
she's
my
look-
spot.
She might be
does
looking for a
this.
drum beat and pasta right now.
She does
Maybe
this.
some pasta. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Give me some chicken. Well, what comes next then? I mean, of course, you guys are playing a million gigs.
A lot of shows.
What's
this
coming
summer.
up next for you as Maddie Ryan?
Well, releasing this music that we've made that I'm very proud of. So I'm very excited. I am so much a perfectionist and I've been trying to train myself out of it. But this time it was just like so easy to love what I was doing because it just felt like me and it was made by like a lot of people that I love. So it was just such a cool process and such an exciting experience. I can't wait for people to hear it. I've shared it with a few friends and some of my family and they all love it so far. And I'm excited to see what people think about it when they hear it. Because like I said, this is a new direction for me. And I'm so excited. And The Light is coming out on May 29th.
My God, you heard it here
May
first.
29th.
May 29th.
Maybe you didn't hear it here first, but you heard it here at some point.
May 29th. It is coming out. I'm going to explode everybody's feeds with like pre-save and a bunch of stuff. So get ready, get excited. The Light's coming out on May 29th.
The Light, the single.
The single is coming
Light,
out.
the single.
Yeah. The EP you won't get for another couple months, but like The Light, the single is coming out. I'm very excited. And then we already have a couple more projects in the works, right, Matt?
That's true.
We
Yep.
do. So get ready. I haven't released music for 3 years, so there's going to be a lot in the canon. So
Nice.
I'm sorry for how much you're going to hear my voice. And
Just never apologize.
I'm excited to just get this thing rolling and keep going and put
Yeah.
out stuff way more consistently. This has always been what I've wanted to do, and I feel like I've finally figured out a pace that works and that's comfortable, and I have a really good team around me, and that's part of it too. Like I said, I've been building my team very slowly for the past couple of years, and I feel like I finally have something that works like synergistically. Is that a word? Yeah, that's a word. So
Count it. That's what I always used to say at the skate park. Count it.
count it.
Toe drag. Count it.
What is it? Is it clock it? Is that the thing the kids do? Clock
Is
it?
that the thing on the commercial? The
Clock
bop
it?
it.
No. Clock it.
Clock it. No,
It's like
is this one of them 6,
watch
7
it.
wrist
I'm too
things?
old.
I think it is. I don't know. I'm also too
Wouldn't
old.
be able to tell you about that. I
Yeah.
don't know nothing about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, well, it's coming out May 29th. And thank you for just being so supportive and so creative on this too.
Yeah,
I want to
man.
thank both of you, honestly, because like I don't think it would have come out sounding like this if I didn't have like both of you there to help me through it. Like obviously you're
Get
there,
you-
you're writing some
get
of the
you through
songs,
it?
but
Gets you through it?
Get me through it. Yeah, get me through it. I didn't even realize that was a pun, but there we go.
Yeah.
I know. It
Yeah.
was so much fun, and I can't wait for many more projects.
Yep. I mean, yeah, just to kind of echo on that and tail in this whole thing. I mean, like, thank you for being the first guinea pigs for this this little YouTube show that I'm going to start doing here with artists.
What's it
But,
called again?
I think it's called How It Went Down.
How it went down.
Because that is
Okay.
how it went down.
How it went
That is
down.
how it went
But
down.
yeah, I mean, like, candidly, like, I've been producing for, I guess, probably somewhere around 7-8 years, and this probably is really one of my favorite projects that I've ever been on. You know what I mean? It's just, it was like so fun to make. That's what it's all about for me. Is
Yeah.
like just it's more about the process than the product sometimes, because it always informs the product. But man, I just look back on the recording sessions having so much fun, and like listening to this. Like I really love listening to this EP. Like I've found myself in my car, like, what am
my
I going to
gosh.
listen to? This podcast, this artist, this. No, I'm going to listen to that record that we made. You know, because I really just kind of love it that much, and I have a ton of fun.
I'm so
doing it.
glad.
Yeah, I love that.
So thank you for having me.
Thank you.
man.
Thank you for being a part of this. It turned out awesome, and I couldn't be more excited for it. So look out.